Hey folks, Sobora here. Sorry I've been under the weather lately. I've been sick since last Wednesday. Yeah, I started to catch a very bad cold. Yeah, it's the cold and flu season. And I started getting a sore throat. It started hurting a lot. I started talking very hoarsely for the past couple days. Started taking some medicine. And then I got a runny nose. It was running down, and then I just kept on coughing a lot. All that mucus was coming straight out of my throat into my windpipe. It was nasty. Yeah, it just really wasn't fun to have. So I haven't done a video in a while. And the last video I did was Ferngully The Last Rainforest, the review. So at least at that point on, I was doing okay. Yeah, it sucks, I know. However, just recently I just checked out the new Christmas movie that's on Netflix, and it's called The Christmas Chronicles, with Kurt Russell as Santa Claus. And I really wanted to check this out because, you know, I love Kurt Russell. He's a great actor, always fun to watch. You know, when it comes to movies like John Carpenter's The Thing, Overboard, Escape from New York, along with Escape from LA, many others that he's been in. Yeah, he's always been one of the greatest actors to ever work with, and having him play a laid-back, energetic Santa Claus, this was worth it. But anyway, it's a story about a brother and a sister from Lovell, Massachusetts, who during their Christmas tradition, they always do all their home movies, you know, with the family. Till suddenly they spotted Santa Claus this year, and they had to film it before they wound up going inside their sleigh, until all of a sudden they had a crash, and now his sleigh has been destroyed. And the reindeer had escaped, and now they're stuck in Chicago, so they're trying to find a way to save Christmas together. So this is cool. Yeah, it's from executive producer Chris Columbus, who's been known for doing the Home Alone movies. Yeah, the first two films, along with the first two Harry Potter films. Yeah, Gremlins, The Adventures of Babysitting, the first two Percy Jackson movies that he produced. Yeah, so on and so forth. So this is really interesting. And I'm glad I watched it. So, again, stars Kurt Russell, along with Judah Lewis, Darby Camp, Oliver Hudson, Kimberly Williams-Paisley, yeah, from Father of the Bride remake, along with the sequel, and The War at Home, with Emilio Estevez, Martin Sheen, and Kathy Bates, which Emilio Estevez directed. Lamorne Morris, Martin Roach, Bella Lovell, Lauren Collins, Stephen Van Zandt, and a cameo appearance by Goldie Hawn. So we're in for that surprise, because that's Kurt Russell's real-life celebrity wife. It's written by Matt Lieberman, and it's directed by Kaytis. Yes, the same director who gave us the Angry Birds movie, which I didn't care for, but he also worked as an animator for all the Disney movies, come to mind. The movie begins set in Laurel, Massachusetts. We meet the Pierce family, which Christmas has been a tradition for them, by actually filming all their home movies together, which they've been doing it for many years. That is until 2018, which is this year, when they learned that their father, Doug, played by Oliver Hudson, who's a fighter, had passed away due to the line of duty, trying to save random strangers around. So their mother, Claire, played by Kimberly Williams-Paisley, had struggled to hold the family together, especially the oldest child named Teddy. Yeah, they call him Teddy Bear. Played by Judas Lewis. Yeah, he was just going around hanging out with his friends, gangster friends. You know, just stealing a car at a local deli store. The youngest child, Kate. Yeah, they call her Kate Cat. Played by Darby Camp. He was always a true believer in Santa Claus and trying to keep the spirit alive. So on that particular Christmas Eve, Claire is being forced to fill in for her co-worker, only leaving Teddy in charge to look after Kaytis. So they're all alone during this year. So they're just watching some old Christmas videos while having some, you know, junk food like ice cream and soda and all that, even chips. So suddenly, Kate discovered a mysterious person between the videos, so it might have been Santa that just came alive. You know, just after a Christmas video with Doug and Claire together, you know, dancing around, and they're just about to go straight to the kitchen or straight to bed before Santa came to. Just in time. So because of that, they had to set it up to see if Santa will arrive this year. And indeed he did. And Santa, of course, is played none other than Kurt Russell himself. So yes, Kate actually believed that it is Santa that's coming right on top of the roof of the chimney. You know, and just, you know, sending out all the gifts and grabbing the cookies and stuff, and then Kate and Teddy just went outside. They brought in their camcorder just to go and film the rest of it. Kate suddenly jumps into the Santa sleigh with Teddy joining in, and they were on their way. And that's when Santa was already on his sleigh with all of the reindeers. Yeah. So they're just for Santa to, you know, get ready to go around shipping all these gifts all around the world. But then Santa spotted them, and then they wound up in a crash from an airplane, and they crash land all the way down to Chicago. So now, Santa begins to tell them to get back to delivering presents as soon as possible, or else Christmas spirit will be gone. Explain that the last time that happened, the Dark Ages occurred, and without his hat, because he missed it during the crash, he won't be able to move as fast as he can through a lot of tight spaces where he ever does, for all the chimneys around. So the kids are starting to force him to help, you know, trying to find the reindeers, but then they had to go to a local bar just so they could steal a Dodge Challenger. I mean, they had to borrow all the cars here, but then Santa was just trying to introduce everyone to the public who he is, and he wanted to borrow a car just to find where the reindeers are at. And yeah, everyone was being rude. They don't care. You know, he's like speaking in different languages, and yeah, they call him a moron. There's even one scene where he actually gave that one guy a Mickey Mantle baseball card, but his wife just rips it apart. Yeah, what a bitch. Yeah. So then, so Teddy suddenly So then the Dodge Challenger that they stole was coming from an ex-convict who's on the naughty list of Hall of Fame. Yeah. So they took it until they were pulled over by the cops, and which is officers Paventa and Jamerson, both played by Martin Roach and Lamorne Morris. Yeah, so Kate decided to go after the reindeer. She located them, and she wants a riding with Comet. Yeah. And they're trying to find where Santa and Teddy are. But already Santa's being arrested. And he told Teddy to go look for the bag, which is being stolen by a bunch of thieves. And they wound up taking him with them. That leads to trouble because by the time Kate arrived, by the time Kate arrived with the reindeers, Teddy also arrived Donner with the rest of the reindeers coming by, so they found the bag. Yeah, Kate wants up inside the bag, and that's where it leads to the North Pole, with a whole bunch of presents arrive, and you get a bunch of tiny CGI elves. Yeah, there's so many of them. Of course, they actually kidnap her. Just when Kate discovers the place, had a lot of videos, even her video was up there. And then she actually locates a letter that Teddy sent. And this is where he got his wish, because earlier, though, he explained to Kate when they were going up to church that, since they lost their father, he even had an old Swiss Army knife with the name carved in there, and just saying that he really missed him so much. And that's why Teddy became very rebellious and stops believing in Santa. I mean, for this year alone. And that's why he gets into bigger trouble and stuff. So, yeah. So, of course, they're not getting along with each other these days. So, afterwards, Kate was being kidnapped by the elves. They even took her camcorder. So then, they're about to explain to the elves who she is. And they're trying to find her brother, who's being trapped by all the thieves around. And then the elves just came to the rescue and got out of the bag and just started to go after them. Cool. So now, there's also secrets involved too in the North Pole, including the true believers and everything. Meanwhile, Santa's being arrested by the officers. Yes, there's even an inside joke too, where they show a cola can. That's like the tradition of the Coca-Cola cans that you see. And this is where he's like saying, why do they keep drawing that? I mean, seriously, does my butt look really this big to you? Yeah. There was another scene like that when Santa actually crashes the billboard of the cola that shows a picture of Santa. And he just says, "Move over, fat man." That was hilarious. Interesting scene here, though, was that when he begins to talk to the officer and try to show the gifts that he wanted when he was a kid, 4 gifts. They showed a Hot Wheels car, an astronaut Snoopy. Yes, an astronaut Snoopy makes an appearance. a G.I. Joe doll, and even a Star Wars Han Solo. Yeah, all in there. So he was trying to explain to the officer if he still believes, but apparently he doesn't. But then he even mentions, what are you thinking about getting for Christmas? But he basically says that about his ex-wife, Lisa, that Lisa's actually going to call him, so they'll be able to have time to get together and have coffee. But of course, he doesn't believe in it, so he sends Santa to jail, which also leads to a musical number of Santa Claus is Back in Town. Very cool number that they put in. That was really funny. So it was up to Kate, along with Teddy and the rest of the elves, to get Santa out of jail and try to continue to send out all the Christmas gifts around the world before time runs out. And simple as that. It's a good movie. Definitely worth it. But Kurt Russell did an awesome job playing the role of Santa. I mean, definitely laid back, energetic. He was having fun. Definitely something that we expected from all the actors who played Santa. And I mean, yes, I could deal with all the other Santas that we had here. But the way Kurt Russell plays him, he does it with style. So it was fun, hilarious, and I always love those moments here and there. Judith Lewis, along with Darby Camp, they're both good. I'll give you that. But hey, you know, it's what we expected. I mean, and the CGI elves weren't that bad either. They had all the famous voice actors like Debbie Derryberry, Carly Walgren, and all the rest joining in. So at least you're familiar with those voice actors. Yes, at times it does feel like an average Christmas movie that you often see these days. Because, you know, without Kurt Russell, it'll just be another cliche movie. So yes, it is your typical cliche. Their father dies. They've been doing all these Christmas traditions for years on their home family, on their family camcorder. You know, and they've been doing it for years. The son becomes rebellious. He's always making fun of his sister a lot. They're not getting along with each other. You know, they both have fights. You know, the mother's away, you know, for the week, for a workout shift that she has to do. So there's never that much time for them. So I know they're all alone. That sort of thing. But hey, it had to happen. And it had some good music that they put in. You know, just a few Christmas music that you're familiar with, like an Elvis song, like Here Comes Santa Claus, and there's even a Christmas song from the Eagles thrown in. But the best of all, as I mentioned already, was when Santa was doing a musical number, yeah, in a jail cell with the rest of the inmates. So they're performing. Yeah, they brought in the guitars and piano, the trumpet, and had the doo-wop singers right there. It just works. Plus, it has a lot of great humor that they put into it. Yeah, so it just makes the movie entertaining, you know, for the holiday season. Kimberly Williams-Paisley is very good too, even though she's not in the movie much. She's only there from the beginning all the way to the end. And also look forward to seeing a cameo appearance by Goldie Hawn where she plays Mrs. Claus. So there you go. So you're in for it. Even though this movie's not being played in theaters, but on Netflix. But check it out. It's entertaining. I mean, it may not be, a classic beyond other Christmas movies that we've been getting all year. But I think it's destined to become a cult classic. And I think it's going to stay that way. Hopefully when they play this, hopefully when they put this on DVD and Blu-ray and 4K, if Netflix does get a chance to release that later on. But for now, it's cool. So check it out. You'll have fun, especially if you're a huge Kurt Russell fan. This is worth it. So anyway, that's the Christmas Chronicles, and I give the movie 4 stars. I'm Sobora, and I'll see you later. Bye.